How's it going, bros? My name is Divik, and welcome back into Modded News. So, super big massive drop. Garuga got hired at Wildcard. There was a stage event that I unfortunately missed. But we do have all the information thanks to Crex. So let's go ahead and read off the list as soon as things start to work here. There we go. So let's go ahead and just like we do with Debs, let's go ahead and read the text. So for those that missed the stage event, here's a recap thanks to Crex. Now, Garuga has officially been hired by Wildcard, and he is a bigger part of the dev team as far as creature design is concerned. Garuga's first project is Mega Raptor, the recently voted for creature that is coming in the nearest future. Suchomimus, Deinonychus, and Velociraptor are becoming base official most likely, but not modded. Paleo and Concavinator may have the same treatment as well. Brachy Mod is still going to be updated, which is great. Garuga Terix, I believe that's how you pronounce that, and other fantasy Ark Editions creatures will Garuga wants to stay modded, which makes sense. Sponsored creatures are staying and will be decided whether they become official once they are fully funded. Anomalocaris and Edmontoya are staying premiums. They are not coming to official. Good idea. There will be no more premium modded creatures, which makes sense. You know, he got hired at Wildcard, so there's no need to do that. Makes sense. Variants are either going to be official or be modded skins. So take Acro, for example, the Scorched Acro, how there's the Ascended Acro, and then there's the base Acro in vanilla in the modded version right now, and the upcoming possibly Gen 1 and 2 Acro and the Paleo Acro. So that's what that means there. Savage Acro is undecided, and Garuga may consider discussing it with the internal team over at Wildcard. The Discord is going to stay the same. Patreon is being cut, and those already with the role can only see the Patreon now. And again, makes sense. He works for Wildcard now, so there's really no need for it anymore. Makes sense. And potential future chill/group modding streams will return once things have settled down. And he has a little blurb of text after the fact, which I will read for you now. So let's go. Thank you everyone for the incredible support over these 8+ years of modding. Holy crap. And of course I'm gonna blur that out. I definitely would not have come this far if it wasn't for all the support, funny videos of my content, and feedback that is provided by all of you. I hope that you will all look forward to my endeavors as a proper Wildcard employee. And as far as my thoughts on the matter, you know, my personal thoughts here, that's huge. And I already thought it was crazy getting depths on the team over at Wildcard, you know, and in case you guys forgot, he works on the trailers. So all those mod spotlights and whatnot, he does those, and you know, the official map drops, you know, those trailers, unless otherwise specified. Yeah, that's Debs work making those, and you can tell it's Debs when you see Barbatos get featured some way and somehow. Then that means, you know, Debs was a part of that particular video. But seriously, Garuga getting hired is super cool. I have my wish list for other very talented mod devs that I think would be really cool over at Wildcard. Moro, Nada, and Tristan being two of them. But that's all for Garuga's stuff right now. Super cool. Can't wait to see what endeavors he gets up to with Wildcard and everything. And Mega Raptor, I know for a fact, is going to look really good. Because if you guys have been watching his streams with Cryolophosaurus, he cooks. So Mega Raptor, I have no doubts, is going to look, sound, and feel amazing. 100%. But that's all for Garuga stuff. Congratulations to him. Hashtag Garuga at Wildcard in the comments or something. I don't know. Something. But over in Paleo Ark land, we have a few things, actually. So there was a bit of early on, there was a bit of delay for the big update that I mentioned in the previous video. And this was on the 15th that this was mentioned, so let's go ahead and read the text. So, hatches are dropping tomorrow. Super sorry I got held up with some high priority work and high priority stressful personal things that I had to take care of over the past few days. I really appreciate you all understanding, and as a token of my appreciation, I'd like to show you progress on Evo Pteranodon that Faye has been working on. Reminder, Faye is the one that made Evo Giga, in case you forgot. All 3 times. If you've noticed why there's 2 different Pteranodons in this image, well, that's because our Pteranodon will be sexually dimorphic. Now, what does that mean for those unfamiliar with the term? Males and females are visually distinct, with males featuring more extravagant head crests and patterning, and females having smaller head crests and different color patterning altogether. So enjoy. There is images, of course, and then there's a nice little video at the end of the male and female morphing into each other so you can see the model differences. And if you're wondering about the teeth on our Pteranodon, by the way, they are not teeth, they are pseudo teeth, like what real life geese have. We just thought it was really cool. And also, if you want another good example of sexual dimorphism, look no further than the recently added Dinotherium, you know, the big war elephant, with the males having a very obvious beard and long tusks, with the females having smaller tusks and no beard. That's another good example of it. Or if you're still playing Ark Survival Evolved, the Paleo Ark T-Rex there, how the striping and patterns are different between the male and female on those Rexes. Yeah, that's another example right there. Not so much a visual distinction so much as a pattern distinction, but a distinction nonetheless. How many times did I say distinction in this video? Let me know in the comments. But anyways, one more thing before we close out today's video, and that is we got another look at Imperosaurus, more specifically the saddle. Now, this was on the 16th that this was posted, so let's go ahead and have a look at the text. Yeah, patches live if you haven't already downloaded them. Haven't shown off much on Imperosaurus and Mahadi progress. Keeping it behind the scenes for now until we get closer to their early June release, which super exciting. But here's a sneak peek at Imperosaurus' saddle concept being worked on by Charizard. Hey guys, I said it right this time. Are we proud of me? Imperosaurus, I had the idea of it being a muscle front and center of a marauder band of desert/wasteland raiders, so I wanted the saddle to reflect that. And it certainly does with the spikes and the little pointy bits. It's giving Tarbosaurus' actual saddle, whilst also being distinct unto itself, which is really, really nice. And Charizard really cooks with those designs, so I'm very, very happy with that. It's giving Mad Max in like the best way possible. I love that we're leaning into that. But yeah, that is all for Paleo Ark. And also one more thing is just for me, anything to do with me, and that is one of my coworkers at the real life job sold me his monitor, an old monitor, and threw in a keyboard on the side for free. And yeah, so my PC setup is complete. I'll have a picture on screen of, you know, an up close and personal look at my setup right now as it stands. And still working out the kinks. You know, I was just having some technical failures actually before I started recording this video, but a PC setup is done. It's going to be a little while before I start using it for like content and things of that nature. As I said, technical failures, but it is super, super cool. And of course, I'll still be using my laptop to create content for you guys for the foreseeable future until I work out all the kinks with this thing. But super stinking cool. And that's all for any updates on me. And also check out the community tab. I have an AMA questionnaire thing going there. So go check out that post there if you haven't already, and leave a question about anything. Rules are a part of the post. And yeah, that's all for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Congratulations to Garuga. Look, the Pteranodon is looking good and all that lovely stuff. But if y'all did enjoy the video, do not forget, drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and comment below what your thoughts on all the stuff. Super, super cool. And thank you guys so much for all the support. You know, 3,053 subscribers. That's insane. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one and much love.